Most CPAs flunk this 3-question math quiz. Will you? In this episode, I'm going to address the question, is a CPA, certified public accountant, a good advisor to get advice from? Well, maybe, maybe not. So my name's Doug Andrew, and I've been a financial strategist and tax minimization specialist for more than 45 years. And I've trained over 3,000 financial advisors, CPAs, and tax attorneys on ways to help their clients optimize assets better and minimize unnecessary tax. And I have found that many accountants have blinders on. They are only focused in giving advice based upon the tax benefits, let's say, of a single current year. They don't look at the big picture and what's going to save taxes over the long haul. It's amazing to me. But when they come to my advanced continuing education classes, where I teach them 3 sections of the Internal Revenue Code that they've heard about sometimes, but they've never really understood them, and 3 tax citations, they sit there with their mouths open. And I'll share those at the end, what these are. And so that's why they come to advanced continuing education. And right off the bat, I like to sort of humble them. So there's a math riddle that I share in another episode. And then there's this little quickly and confidently 3-question math quiz that I administer to the audience there of CPAs. Now this could be any, I want to see how good you are with this. Here's how I do it. I pass out this little quiz and it says quickly and confidently. And then I have them write their name down legibly. So what do they assume? Oh, we're going to have to turn these in. He wanted it written legibly. They start putting pressure on themselves. And then I say, and put today's date. Why am I dating it? Whoa, he's going to use this on me. And so they start putting pressure on themselves. And I say, this is a timed quiz. So when I say go, you will turn this sheet over to the opposite side. And there are 3 questions that say, how quickly can you correctly answer the following questions? There are 3 simple math questions. Do you know that most CPAs flunk all 3 questions? Some get 1 right. There's a handful that get 2 right. But 2 out of 3 is only 66%. When you got 66% on an exam, did you pass or was it almost a fail? Yeah, it's a D. So why does that happen? Well, because they feel stressed and pressured. They're being timed. And I told them to write their name legibly and put today's date. So are you ready? I will ask you these 3 questions. You can stop this video and think through it, write it down. So I want you to listen very close as we proceed with these 3 simple math questions. Are you ready? Question number 1. If it takes 5 machines 5 minutes to make 5 widgets, how long would it take 100 machines to make 100 widgets? So pause if you have to think about that. I'll repeat it. If it takes 5 machines 5 minutes to make 5 widgets, how long would it take 100 machines to make 100 widgets? You ready for the second one? Question number 2. In a lake, there is a patch of lily pads. Every day, the patch doubles in size. If it takes 48 days for the patch to cover the entire lake, how long would it take for the patch to cover half the lake? Pause if you need to think about it. Okay. And question number 3. A bat and a ball costs $1.10, okay, together. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? Let me repeat that one. A bat and a ball cost $1.10. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? Okay, now if you've thought about it, Hopefully you didn't take more than 2 minutes, because after 2 minutes, I say done, done, done. And then I ask them to exchange papers, and they go, oh, somebody else is going to look at my answers. But I have them at the bottom write down time to correctly answer all 3 questions, blank seconds. And I give them 120 seconds. But man, they're under so much pressure. They look up on the screen. Oh, I've only got 20 seconds left. I got to, and it's so funny to see them put this pressure on. Okay, should we answer them? Let's see how you did. So when I do that timed, I'll say, how many of you felt pressured because I made you write your name legibly? Because I made you put today's date. Because it was timed. Yeah, no big deal. I go, okay, let's answer these 3 questions. Number 1, if it takes 5 machines, 5 minutes to make 5 widgets, how long would it take 100 machines to make 100 widgets? How many of you said 100 minutes? No, 5 minutes. It would take only 5 minutes for 100 machines to make 100 widgets. But people see 5 machines, 5 minutes, 5 widgets. How long would it take 100 machines to make 100 widgets? They go, 100 minutes. No, it's 5 minutes. Do the math. Here's number 2. In a lake, there's a patch of lily pads. Every day the patch doubles in size. If it takes 48 days for the patch to cover the entire lake, how long would it take for the patch to cover half the lake? Did you say 24? Wrong. No. What's it doing every time it doubles, okay? In other words, how long did it take for the patch to cover the entire lake? 48 days. So the correct answer to cover half the lake is 47 days. Because the day before it's full, it's half full because it's doubling. 2 halves, half doubled equals a full one. So it would be half full in 47 days. Now I've had people go, oh yeah, come on, how many lily pads do that? It's a math question, 47. Now you wouldn't believe how many CPAs flunk those first 2, but almost 97% flunk this one, the third one. Let's go back through it. A bat and a ball costs $1.10. The bat costs $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? Did you say 10 cents? Wrong. Let's go back to arithmetic in elementary school. First of all, you're supposed to check your math. Okay? But a lot of people don't understand that math equations are actually a trial and error. So I've just learned to do trial and error in my head. Let's do the math here. If you say the ball costs 10 cents, we know that the bat costs $1 more than the ball. So that means the bat would have to be $1.10. Because a bat costing $1 more than the ball, if the ball's 10 cents, just check your math. $1.10 bat plus a 10-cent ball would equal $1.20. So you know that's not the right answer. Oh, well, let's just drop the ball down to a nickel. Oh, the ball's 5 cents. And if the bat costs $1 more than the ball, then the bat would have to cost $1.05. $1.05 bat plus a 5-cent ball equals $1.10, and so the answer is 5 cents. You can do it with a trial and error. You don't even have to do algebra. But you know, I love the shirt that says, well, another day, and I haven't used algebra once. You can do trial and error on that. So what is the point of going through that math quiz? All I'm saying is that if a CPA flunks those math questions, sometimes we put them up on this pedestal like they are so smart, they know it all, and so you're going to do what they say. Do you know that most CPAs tell you to put money into a tax-deferred IRA or 401k? And I go, wait a minute, do you think taxes are going to be lower, the same, or higher in the future? Well, probably higher. Then why are you telling your client to defer tax? Well, because it grows to the most. Is that the way you choose investments? No, you should choose investments based upon which ones generate the most at the time of the life you're going to need the money the most. Not what you got to subtract the effect of taxes and inflation. You're giving them the wrong advice. Many times CPAs say, oh, I can save you tax this year. If you don't need the money, don't take anything out of your IRA or 401k, even though you're 59 and a half, older, you don't have a penalty. And so they say, wait till you're 70 and a half, or now the age is 72, and you have to start taking money out of those IRAs or 401ks, or else you'll be penalized 50%. The government wants their piece, but they say, well, just take the RMD. If you don't need the money, keep deferring, because they're only thinking about that given moment in that year. We have software that we developed years ago that shows you if you take RMDs, the minimum, and you do it through your life expectancy and your spouse's, you will pay probably 100 to 200% of what's in the IRA or 401k at age 65 in taxes by stringing it out. You're not saving tax. You're compounding the problem and delaying the inevitable. And smart CPAs that I trained go, oh, I've been telling people wrong. Some of them went out and told their clients, I've been wrong. Others, they were ashamed. They didn't want to have egg on their face that they gave wrong advice. Isn't that sad? You don't want to kill deductions. You don't want to do things by following the herd, but so many CPAs, they tell you to do things that sort of are the general consensus of following the herd, and they've never done the math because they're off the hook, because if they gave wrong advice, as long as that's the same advice everybody else is giving, then they don't have to be responsible and accountable. Otherwise, they're sort of rowing upstream against the current of what everybody else is told to do. How sad is that? So that's why I used that little 3-question math quiz. Hopefully you did well. If not, don't always look at what a CPA or a tax attorney tells you to do, because maybe they just don't know what they don't know. So if this is intriguing you, watch this episode here. In that one, you'll sort of get an understanding of some basic ideas and principles that are a little bit different for most people, what they've always thought or been taught. And you'll be given the opportunity to receive absolutely free a copy of my most recent best-selling book, The Laser Fund. You just pay a nominal $5.95 shipping and handling, and you can learn more just like you did in this episode.